Wow, started right up today. It's funny how that works. Sometimes it starts right up, and other times it just doesn't want to start up at all. It's your fault, isn't it? Yeah, it's your fault. The picture of the fireworks looks like a hidden Mickey. That was unintentional. If that was the case, I didn't try and do that. Yeah, happy Fourth of July to everyone. I know if you're not in the United States, that probably doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's kind of a big thing here in the U.S. What are my plans for the Fourth of July? I'm gonna probably try and do a couple of vlogs tomorrow. You recall last year I went to the fireworks show at McLean Stadium, and they're doing that again this year. And this year the Commodores are performing. I've never seen them, so opportunity to check out a band at least I've heard of. Last year I'd never heard of the band that performed. It was some kind of big band thing that came in. That was entertaining. I enjoyed watching it, but I'd never heard of them. I've at least heard of the Commodores, so that'll be kind of fun. And there's also in one of the little communities, kind of on the outskirts of Waco, there's a Fourth of July parade happening. Now I'm not sure if it's a parade or what, but whatever it is, I'm going to go see that too. Probably trying to turn each of them into a vlog. Thank you, Tracy. Happy Fourth to you too, even though it's the third. Happy Fourth to you too, Scott. Yeah, there should be fireworks at the thing that's happening at McLean Stadium tomorrow. So there was last year. I'm assuming they're doing it this year. Although there because of the heat and all that, um, there's a fireworks ban throughout everywhere. They didn't even sell fireworks this year. But I'm assuming it won't be a problem here because these fireworks are launched over the river. So not likely the river's going to catch on fire. How are the cats with fireworks? I'm guessing they probably aren't a huge fan, uh, but just based on how they deal with thunder. But like I said, there shouldn't be a lot of fireworks this year. You like the bat video? I'm actually really surprised that that didn't get more views than it did. I really like that one too. That one really turned out well. I was really happy with that one. Um, but you never can predict what people are going to watch. Well, I told you about the that guy that I saw there that said that sometimes the bats run into the power wires and end up on the ground. And I guess he found one of them that got hurt, and he was going to try and bring it home and save it, and convalesce it and take care of it until it was able to take care of itself. But I did get that one that was hanging on the fence. I assume you mean the stench from the bats must have been horrendous. It was noticeable. I mentioned it when I was walking by where I thought the exit was. Before they all came out, I said, "Oh man, I could smell it," and you could smell it a little bit as they were coming out. Yeah, the bat video was amazing. I'm really surprised. Well, I mean, I was hoping, that it was going to be good. I was afraid I was going to drive 130 miles there, and then it wasn't going to be any good. or that they were also that they had already maybe vacated the bats. Because the latest news I had read right before I left was that was a couple months ago. At that point, they were talking about you know having to have something done by the fall. So how's Flash doing today? I haven't seen Flash today, but I saw her last night right before it got dark. Gave her a piece of cauliflower or broccoli, I mean, and she chomped on it and ate it, and then took off somewhere. So haven't seen her this morning, but I'm sure she's fine. I've always thought that I'd like to have a bat as a pet. I know some people do that. Where's Nibble? I don't know. She's probably in her room. Haven't seen her yet on this live stream, but sometimes she makes her appearance. You got Bite here, though. That's half the team, right? Yeah, you're half the team. Considering how fat you are, you're probably a little bit more than half the team, aren't you? Yes, you are. No, I haven't really looked into the sprinkler system again. I gotta figure out what's going on there. It's really weird because it worked for a while, and then we had a rainy day, and so I elected to just turn the sprinkler system off, and it never came back again. So I don't know what's going on there. Thank you, Midwest. I appreciate the super chat. How's my mom? My mom is all right. A couple nights ago, she ended up in the emergency room. She, I guess, fell in the evening and bumped her head, and next day still kind of hurt a little bit. They called the paramedics initially, and they looked at her blood pressure and everything like that, and she seemed to be okay. But the next day, her head hurt a little bit, so they brought her into the emergency room, did a CAT scan, and didn't find anything interesting, so they sent her home. I don't know. She just does that every once in a while. The big thing she mentioned on her text message is she has like a wreath on her front door, and I guess a bird took over and turned it into a nest. And she was saying that she was concerned every time she opened the door that the bird would fly in the house or something like that. But she thinks perhaps now the baby is left, so she's going to take down the wreath and throw it away and clean up the mess. Usually birds get really spooked if you're too close to the nest, and they'll sometimes abandon the nest, but apparently not this one. Hi, Dr. Susan. How you doing? Yeah, I guess I heard that it was Canada Day on Friday. You like the last cooking vlog? Yeah, that was the beef stroganoff in the Instant Pot, right? Nibble, you gonna come out and visit? Probably not. You want a belly rub? Hmm? Oh, you're trying to escape the belly rub. It's escaping the mouse, not escaping the belly rub. There is no escape. Ah. There we go. Yeah, I froze some of those stroganoff too. I've got it back out of the freezer already. I'm already eating it again. Start out with Canada Day and then celebrate the fourth with all your friends. Oh, that's cool. You get some mourning doves outside your house. That's cool. I had mourning doves as pets once. I had an aviary, a couple of aviaries actually. One of them had like pigeons and doves in it. It was an awful lot of bats. It wasn't really as bad as you might think smell wise though. You were aware of it every once in a while. You'd kind of waft over you, but two Brex in Waco, ain't that the truth? We're gonna overdo it here. What's my shirt say? Longhorn Caverns. I went and vlogged that a couple days ago, so I like going in caves and exploring in there. Sasha's always playing hide and seek. She's very good. She's found places in this yard that I don't even know about yet. Sometimes I don't find her, although I'm getting better at it now because, as I look and, find the places that she goes, it kind of, okay, I got to check that every day now. Logan wanted, yeah, I saw that in the comments. In fact, when I was at the Longhorn Caverns, they had little plastic rubber bats that you could buy. So I bought one for each Charlotte and Logan. So I'm going to mail those off to them in the next couple of days. Where do the bats go? I guess they just fly around and feed on insects. They're nocturnal primarily, so they sleep during the day and they're out hunting and feeding at night. I don't know if they return the same way they left or if it's just kind of a random thing. They just kind of come back when they're done. But I think what happens since they're all in that warehouse, if it starts getting to the point where it starts getting dark out, and one of them starts going, and then they all start. But that was truly an amazing sight. Like I said before, I was afraid when I was driving down there that I was gonna be really disappointed. I was not. It was better than I expected it would be, and the camera did a good job getting the video. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if they all kind of come back at the same time. Probably not. I mean, I would guess it's not like just a stream of them like it was when they all left. Thanks, Dave and Terry. Yeah, I was really happy with how the bat video turned out, and it was fun digging through the computer. I think I mentioned I didn't really expect to find a whole lot on that computer because my dad really kind of stopped using that at the end. He used his laptop primarily, and I brought that back with me when I came back from the funeral a couple of years ago. So I'd already been through that and processed everything that was in there, but there was more on that desktop than I thought there'd be. Yeah, they do hang upside down. That's kind of just how they do things. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for the super chat. Two misconceptions about bats. They don't lay eggs. No, they are not birds. They're mammals like us. So they give birth to their young alive, just like all mammals do. And yeah, and they are generally more afraid of us than we are of them. But they were fascinating to watch. Hey, bye. You ran off after the kitty tree, after the belly rub. You gonna come back, or are you just gonna sit there and look at us from the end of the hall? I know a way to coax you back. Yeah, see, just opening the lid's gonna do that, isn't it? You're gonna come all the way here. Not gonna play that game of throwing them down the hall to you. I know you're used to that. Yeah, let's see if he comes back. Yeah, bats are mammals. Can you die from being around bats? Well, the the bat guano itself is really toxic. It contains high levels of ammonia and other things. So uh, that can be that can definitely be an issue. Um, they generally, I think sometimes they have rabies, but generally, they kind of tend to stay away from people, like Gene said. Why do bats hang upside down? I don't know. Probably because it's the best way to take off when you don't have like official legs. I mean, look at the feet on this thing. You know, it doesn't sit and walk around like this. In fact, it tends to crawl on its fingertip. Because the wings are actually this is basically the equivalent of their finger. So they tend to crawl around like that. And so I think probably since they can't, get up on their hind legs, if you hang from something, then all you got to do is let loose and start flapping your wings. I would guess that probably has something to do with it. Yeah, I guess they're voracious insect eaters. I would guess they're out probably out looking for water too. You're right. Yeah, that's it. Guano is lethal poop, but it's also good fertilizer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what if it has to do with aerodynamics. Like I said, I think basically if they just hang upside down, they can just got to release and then start flapping their wings, and that's how they can go take off. Am I going to do a cookout for the fourth? No, I think this year I'm going to go back and do that Fourth of July celebration that they did last year down at McLean Stadium. This year they're having the Commodores perform. I've never seen them before. At least I've heard of them. No flies near your sister's place because of the bats. I wish they could do something about all the mosquitoes in this area. What animals are a threat to bats? Probably only humans, because I don't think there's many other. Because I mean, to begin with, they're nocturnal, so most of the birds in the air, that might be, something that would go after bats, aren't going to do it because they're out at night, and most of those, uh, most of those birds, they're roosting at night. Well, what I try and do, David, is do videos that are things that are interesting to me, and I hope that they're interesting to you too. No, I'm pretty sure that bat was alive. I think probably it just, for some reason, ended up hanging on the fence when it took off. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been stuck, but I don't think it was there earlier. So I think probably for some whatever reason it came out of the roost with the rest of them and just decided to chill there. It might have taken off later. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. My parents traveled a lot after my dad retired. They were good friends with Beth's parents, and so Beth's parents and my parents traveled together a lot. Yeah, the beauty of digital photos is that they never fade. All you got to do is worry about a hard drive crash or something, but you put them in the cloud or something like that, should be okay. You saw the bats came out, you thought, wow, yeah, imagine being there. That's kind of what I said too. I mean, I think in a number of cases I say, wow, during the whole of the experience. I saw a flash last night. I haven't actually been outside much this morning. It's going to be another hot one out there. Looking at the weather for Waco, and it's 100 degrees or more for the next couple of weeks. Now you never know because a rainstorm can pop up, a couple days away, so who knows what happens. Are there photos of my sister and I as kids? Oh yeah, a lot of those. In fact, I've got them out on the table. Hang on a second. Pick some good ones here. Yeah, that's one of my sister and I in our raincoats looking outside. I guess it was raining. And that's another photo of us. Gotta turn it sideways a little bit so you don't get the glare off of the monitor. That's one of my sister in dress up wearing my mom's clothes. And another picture of my sister and I. So that's just a small smattering of them. There are lots and lots. Yeah, 100 degrees. I know. I'm glad I got the pool. I really am. Especially, unfortunately, at this time of year, the grass grows really fast. So it's almost every week I got to go out and mow, and it's really miserable to be out there. Yeah, yeah. My Aunt Lillian was an amazing woman. No, I don't. I don't put water out there for Flash. Flash gets the water from what she eats. Every once in a while, if the sprinklers run or it rains or something like that, I'll see her, drinking puddles off the water, but off the ground. But I've never had to put water out for her. In fact, when she was at the house in California, I had that pond in the backyard, and she never went anywhere near that thing. She didn't want anything to do with that. That would have been an endless source of water if she wanted it. But she was never interested. So, oh, Tracy's checking out. Happy Fourth of July, Tracy. Looking out the window, it even looks hot out there. It's not even noon yet. I'm actually a little concerned about going to this Fourth of July thing tomorrow because it's going to be miserably hot out there. Guess I'll just have to stay hydrated. Try and find some place in the shade to hang out. Got really quiet in here, didn't it? How do I mow the lawn when flashes? I just make sure I know where she is. Take a big bottle of vodka water with me. Yeah, maybe. If it's anything like last year, though, there'll be all sorts of food trucks and stuff like that. So we'll eat like a pig and drink a lot. Yeah, I don't know. We'll play it by ear in terms of a pool party. Yeah, I think the problem with the jalapeno peppers is too much watering because I'm really watering it for the tomatoes and for the okra. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll put like a little valve between those sprinkler lines so I can turn off the water for the jalapenos so they get a little less. Because I've been watering every night out there just because it's so hot. And like I said, the okra's really doing well. The tomato plants are doing really well. I don't think I have a problem with insects, so I don't think it's a problem with lack of nutrients. I think it's probably overwatering. Wonder what it would be like to have a party with the cats. It'd probably be pretty boring because you'd spend the whole time sleeping. Right, Bite? That's a party with you, right? Just going taking a nap and getting up and finding someplace else to take a nap. Yeah, probably looks a little something like that. Haven't seen any rabbits in the yard. Like, I haven't really seen rabbits in the area. Every once in a while, you get skunks and raccoons and possums, but they don't really seem to be that interested in the plants. I do think the possums went after the tomatoes a little bit last year because I remember there were a couple of points where I was looking at and said, okay, I got a nice tomato there that looks like it's about ready. And then I came out the next day, it was gone. Floor is probably cool. Smart cat. Yeah, well, air conditioning's on here, so this whole house is pretty cool. I keep it at a pretty constant 72 degrees in here. Kitties have no idea what it's like outside. You're spoiled, aren't you? Yeah, see, he's already found another place to sleep. Now he's moved out here. One thing better than sleeping is kitty treats, right? Gonna come and get it. See if we can get him to come right to my feet here. Until then, oh yeah, there we go. Now he's coming. Right here. Oh, I see Nibble peeking her head out too. See Nibble's little orange face peering around the corner there. Now, we'll see what happens. There we go. Now he came and got it. How's my mom? My mom ended up having the paramedics visit her a couple nights ago. I guess she fell during the night and they were there at 3 in the morning. And then the next day, her head kind of hurt a little bit. And they took her into the emergency room, gave her a CAT scan. And I guess there's nothing wrong. Just kind of bumped her head. What's the weather like? It's going to be 100 degrees again today. It's going to be a miserably hot day. Good day to try and find something to do inside the house. I've been in the pool lately. Honestly, I have not gotten into the pool in a few days. I've actually been off of work since Wednesday. They're in the process of updating to a new computer system, and basically they decided to shut down the plant while they do that. So I'm in the middle of like a 10-day week right now, for 10 days off. So I'm trying to take advantage of that and get some blogs built up. Like sleeping, treats, and meowing. Yes, the all three. Any cooking vlogs coming up? There's nothing in the can right yet, but you know, I've said this before. A lot of times, cooking vlogs are just something I kind of decide day of. It's like, what am I going to do today? Yeah, let's cook something. So it could pop up anytime. Yeah, yeah. I guess falls are kind of a serious issue with elderly people. You know, they just don't have the strength to keep themselves upright as much, or deal with little things that might, um, you know, be handled by somebody who's a little bit younger. Seems like a lot of the regulars aren't on today. Yeah, well, I mean, we got a few of them here. We got a few of our regulars. We just don't have Rhonda yet, or Jeff. Have I talked to Jordan lately? We don't really talk. When we communicate, we just text back and forth. I think the last time I talked was when he was here a couple months ago. I'm sure Bite does dream about kitty treats. I'm sure that's a big part of his life. You heard your name, didn't you? Yes, you did. You're licking your chops too, because you heard me say treats. Have the cats gone after any more critters? Not that I know of. Like I said, we caught that chameleon in here a few weeks ago. You saw that. That happened right live on the live stream. Maybe that's just another style of kitty treat for the cats. One that runs away from them. Get a kitty treat and a little exercise. I don't know if Bite dreams about treats, but you do? All right. Well, here's some kitty treats for you if you need some. Oh, it's not that kind of treats, huh? Okay, I get it. I saw from his Facebook post that Jeff is preparing for a big 4th of July event, I guess. He's cooking all sorts of ribs in the smoker, and I think he even said he was doing some smoked spam, which I don't know, that doesn't sound that appetizing, but to each his own, right? Hey, top vloggers, haven't seen you in a while. Happy 4th of July to you too. No, I'm not getting bored in Waco. It is getting to be a little bit more challenging to find subjects to vlog about. Uh, that's just that's just one of the joys of living here. I haven't really used cooling towels now. Your cat looks like Nibble. That's good. That's cool. Nibble's a sweet little kitty, even though she's really shy. Laurel Lee says, meow, 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 do you bite? Don't have anything to respond. You've been catching the replays. Yeah, I get it. You got to work. There's a lot of people that kind of work or have other things to do on Sundays that maybe can't do that. That's maybe the one problem with me having live streams on Sunday mornings. We don't have as many of our friends checking in from Australia either. Because, I mean, who wants to get up at 3 in the morning to look at this face? It's almost noon. I don't even like looking at this face. Yeah, I don't know about live streams. I do know because Jordan's observed this too that when he um, reduced his vlogs from doing daily to doing 3 times a week, that he got promoted more. It's funny. I don't know why the top vloggers comment got blocked. I guess because he mentioned church and YouTube doesn't like that. I don't know. You make your judgment on that one. Do you think that's something that YouTube should have blocked? That's a crazy one. I mean, usually I look at some of these things that YouTube blocks and I say, okay, yeah, I guess I see why that happened. But there's absolutely nothing controversial in that statement. Weird. So I was talking when that went up, and I looked at it, and I was kind of looking at it. It's like, what's wrong with that? Why would YouTube even block that one? All I can figure is that YouTube is offended by church people. But then he posted another one that used the word church again, and that one didn't get blocked. I don't know. I don't know what's going on YouTube sometimes. Yeah, I would bet that happens. Top vloggers, because people do go get something to eat either before or after church. I would think it would be more after church, but I guess it could happen anyway. Yeah, more of you church goers do need to come on. Overwhelm them with our numbers. Well, I saw a bite wander out here, but I don't know. Oh, there he is. He's over here now. Hey, bite. You gonna come up and visit? Meow. Meow. Yeah, he's over here. Come on up. Come on. You know you wanna. I got the kitty brush. You can have more kitty brush. Yeah, that's possible. A lot of people may have left for the fourth weekend, or they're just stranded at the airport thinking they were going to go somewhere on the fourth and got their flights canceled or stuff. I guess a lot of that's been happening this week. I'm just going to stay home and enjoy the AC. It isn't really that hard to make a vlog. You just gotta, basically, if you got a cell phone, you can do it these days. Just because just about every cell phone now can shoot high definition video, and you just got to figure out how to piece it together and upload it. It's just a matter of making it interesting enough that people will watch it. They're still looking for their luggage. Yeah, that's probably true too. I think in this case, Madison, it's They apostrophe RE. Much better at vlogging. I'm more comfortable at it. I mean, you look at the first couple of vlogs I did, I had serious deer in the headlights uh, look on my face. You just kind of get comfortable with it. I never liked the sound of my voice on camera. I never liked, looking at myself on camera. I was never a person to do that. But you do it for a while and you get 750 videos or however many I have in the can. It just kind of gets to the point where you feel a little bit more comfortable with it. Fireworks are illegal in your neighborhood, but and they are here too. Um, you can buy them here, and you can buy really great stuff, firecrackers and bottle rockets and mortars and stuff like that. But technically, inside the city limits, you're not supposed to be firing them off. And I guess this year they didn't even sell them because of the heat and the fire danger. Yeah, I didn't really want to be a grammar Nazi, Madison, but there is one of those words that people have a lot of problem with. Yeah, that and 222. Yeah, you're right. One of the ones that drives me crazy is two words that are spelled the same but have different meanings, like wind and wind. So I have the air conditioning. Any inside projects on the horizon? Not at the moment, but that's another one of those things like cooking that I can just get up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. For instance, I'm sort of thinking, I replaced my dresser a couple months ago with something, I had something that I had since I was a kid. And I've been trying to think what I'm going to do with the old one, if I was going to just throw it away or give it to Goodwill or repurpose it in some way. And I think maybe I'm going to repurpose it. I've got all these photo albums now, and I think maybe that would be a good place to store some of that stuff. Yeah, I've heard that too, that English is a difficult language. It's because of all the weird rules. Often seems like the people who made up the English language were on drugs or something like that when they did it. That would explain so much. Well, I've been to a couple of those breweries in town, and yeah, I've found some stuff. I'm still kind of sticking with my Voodoo Ranger, though. That's still kind of my go-to. If I could find some of these local breweries, um, you know, in the grocery store, then I'd do it more. Brotherwell has, I've been to the Brotherwell Brewery, and they have a couple things in the stores, but I'm not really into the stuff they have in the stores. They've got some stuff that they sell at the brewery that's really good, but they don't sell it in the stores for some reason. Sometimes driving, 15 miles to get some beer, it just seems it seems excessive. I guess I'd like to have it be a little bit more convenient. I have been scanning a lot of these photos and turning them into gifts for my mom and my sister, and even beyond that, other family members too. Or just family friends. I'll if I'm finding something that seems appropriate for one group of people, I'll scan a bunch of them and dump them on their Facebook page. It was funny because I posted a bunch of old pictures of my dad and mom and myself and my sister on my sister's Facebook page, and my cousin in Minnesota commented on them, and a day later I posted a whole bunch of pictures on her page of like her dad when and my mom when they were kids and stuff like that. And she was really happy to get those because she'd never seen a lot of those photos. Well, I mean, some of his financial records and stuff like that were on there. I wasn't really that interested in that, but the photos and the family tree. Like I said, when I started looking at my dad's desktop, that was the main thing I wanted to find. I knew he had that family tree software in there, and so I was happy to get that. In fact, I'm thinking at some point I may just keep that computer alive, and maybe that'll just sit out here on the table, and that'll be for the purpose of, accessing the family tree because there's so much that's in there. I'd like to figure out some way to get a hard copy of that too. I haven't really had a time to tinker around with that software and figure it out to the point where I could do something like that. Like I said, I was really surprised to find all the photos on there. I knew my dad was an avid photographer. That just kind of seems to be something that runs in the family. His dad was a photographer, and of course, I've got my second, third cousin, whatever it is, Galen, who is a nature photographer, was a very famous nature photographer. So it kind of runs in the family. I guess that's probably a factor of me turning to vlogging too. It's sort of the same thing, right? Well, your cousin's the sheriff in Idaho. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it a little closer here because I can sit back a bit here. Yeah, my second cousin or whatever he is to me, he passed away, probably 15 years ago. He was in a plane crash. He and his wife both died in a plane crash. So that was sad. It was also sad because I actually read about it in the newspaper. That was how I heard it. No, I don't think they had any children. His photographs for his children. There's a drag too. I would have loved to have met him. I guess I met him when I was a baby, but I don't remember that. Have I ever tried to put a leash on the cats? No. No, they've never even had a collar on. The skull in the background would be a great. Yeah, probably would. He's kind of creepy looking. Something I got at Disneyland. They were selling those right near Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. I think is where I got them. You have an October 31st birthday. I would love to have an October 31st birthday because Halloween already is one of my favorite times of the year. You share your birthday with the singer of my favorite band, Guided by Voices. Bob Pollard's birthday is on October 31st, also. Hi, Doug and Napa. How are you? I did some work on the pool robot again. I don't think that video's come out yet. I don't know. Let's see, because I did some more work on it, but it's working really well now. Let's see. That one's out here. I don't remember if that one's gone up or not. pull up YouTube Studio here, see what's going on here. Yeah, no, I have no. There's another one that's coming out yet where I take another shot at the pool vacuum, and so far it's been working well. So, but you'll have to stay tuned for that one. I decided to take out that swivel mount thing and just reconnect the wire together. Yeah, it's probably that I water a lot. I'm watering the lawn like nightly right now, just because of the heat. But I think what this lawn really does well in the heat. The only downside is it grows and grows and grows, and so you got to mow it almost every week. Yeah, the big deal. I mean, I'm really trying to push out how, for a while, having to buy another pool vacuum because those things at the cheapest it's $700 and they go up from there. And I would prefer to spend that elsewhere. Your neighbors have a sprinkler system too, or water all the time. It seems like everyone's grass is pretty green around here, so you can kind of look at the people and see who it is that are watering their grass and those that are not. Like I said, I think a big part of the reason that the lawn does really well here is that the variety of grass. I think it's called St. Augustine's. It does really really well in the south, and so it likes the heat, it likes the humidity, and it just seems to do okay. Yeah, anything I can do to delay replacing that vac, and maybe if I can, because I mean it works fine. The problem was just that swivel mount thing. It wasn't making contact, so I just said, you know what, let's just get the swivel mount out of there. The purpose of the swivel mount is since the thing kind of goes back and forth in the pool all over the place, is that eventually it'll curl up the cable, and so the swivel mount is supposed to deal with that. But what I can always do is just unplug the cable from the power supply and just unwrap it every once in a while. And like I said, I've run it 6 or 7 times since I did the latest repair on it, and it isn't really having that much a problem because I think it'd be more of a problem if it was always turning one way, but it seems to turn one way and it turns the other way, and so it just seems to unwrap itself. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to take a Hoover into the pool, but the pool looks really good now. We got all that gunk off of the bottom of it. Another problem with putting a Hoover in the pool is the Hoover usually runs on 120 volts AC, and that will really shock you. This thing, I think, is a safety feature. It's intentionally kept low voltage and it's kept at DC. So if there isn't a problem, it's not going to be, it's not going to be quite as shocking. To repeat your joke, you might get a perm. Yeah, right. It's just what I need is an afro. Or my hair sticking straight out. Well, hello, Bite. You're back, aren't you? How long would I stay in Austin if I go there, and how many vlogs? I'll probably get 2 vlogs out of it. Um, and it probably, if I did stay, it'd just be an overnight thing. There's a lot of things to see, and I don't know, and it's like spread over like 100 miles of territory. So I'm not sure I'd want to, try and rush it all in one night or one day. Although I did those JFK videos in one day, and that was probably just about as much traveling. Anything special on the food menu tonight? Haven't really thought about dinner yet. I went and bought a lot of meat at the grocery store, so I got chicken and pork chops and salmon and big old nasty steak that I'm going to probably eat at some point. I think it would just make Mike look a little fatter than he already is. That's what tends to happen when they get spooked, is their hair stands on end. I think it's a defense mechanism to make them look bigger than they actually are. Right, Bite? You don't need help looking bigger than you are because you're already big, aren't you? You're a big boy, aren't you? Meow. No, I haven't really done anything on JFK. I know Jordan went to the JFK library a couple years ago because I went with him there. How are my fruit plants? You mean like the blueberries and that stuff? I don't think they're going to make it. But that's always kind of been my philosophy when it comes to growing things. Is try something. If it works, it works. If not, try something else. I mean, one of the plants, I think the blackberry plant is still alive, but it's not doing well. I tried an arrow garden. No, I haven't. Yeah, did I say JFK? I meant LBJ. Like I said, I went with Jordan to the LBJ Presidential Library, which is down in Austin area. I wasn't really that much a fan of LBJ. What are you looking at, Bite? Hmm? I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting to look at some of the history and stuff like that, but well, in terms of music, I actually tomorrow they're gonna at the Fourth of July thing, the Commodores are going to be playing. So I've never seen them, so I'm looking forward to going down and checking that out. There's also a place that I visited before. I actually I ate there once. That has like outdoor shows, and they had a band there a couple weeks ago that I really thought I kind of wanted to go see. Unfortunately, they were only playing on a work night, so I couldn't go. But I guess it was called Metalachi, and basically it's mariachi music with a heavy metal feel. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. have never heard of them at all, but it looked like it'd be an interesting show. I've seen a bunch of like mariachi bands perform before, and it seems to me, I've thought before, wow, this could rock up really well. Take some of these songs, put an electric guitar on it, and you know, instrumentation like a rock band, and it would really work really well. Not a lot of record shops. I don't know of any record shops in town anymore. I think they're all out of business. Because I think a lot of times, rock and roll and like mariachi music, it's almost the same music except with the instrumentation. Rock could easily turn into mariachi, and mariachi could easily be turned into rock. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back some point. Like I said, I just think it'd be a fun thing to go look at. At least worth checking out. I think maybe California has better Mexican food. Unfortunately, in Texas, and it's one of the few things that I'm kind of a little disappointed in with Texas. I mean, Texas Mexican food tends to be more Tex-Mex, and I don't know. I like authentic Mexican food. You can find it here, but it's really hard to do because they keep trying to do this Tex-Mex thing. So you don't get refried beans in your burrito, you get chili in your burrito. And it's like, what are you thinking? So like my earlier videos, I well, I mean my earlier videos were all right, but like I said, I was really uncomfortable. And if you remember me from back in the days when I was a regular on Jordan's videos, you could tell I was really uncomfortable there too. But doing a bunch of them, eventually you kind of get over that and you get a little bit more comfortable doing it. I mean, if you told me 3 years ago I'd be doing a weekly 2 hour live stream and just talking to a computer, I would say, oh, what are you smoking? Yeah, there are some good places to eat. There's a good burger place called Twisted Root Burgers. It's right along 35. It's as you come into town, kind of from the north end. It's on the right. It's a big building with a really elaborate mural on the side of it. That's good. If you're in the mood for barbecue, there's a number of good options. There's something called Hellberg's Barbecue, which I've been to a couple of times, which is really good. There's a couple of good burger places in town. There are good places to eat. It's just I haven't really found a Mexican place that I think is like good, authentic Mexican. Love the old tie-dye video. I made any lately. I've been actually thinking that if I do another T-shirt, that I would maybe do a just like a black image on a white T-shirt and then hand tie-dye each of them. I could even do a video of them being made. I mean, tie dyeing is not really that hard to do. It's relatively inexpensive. You can just go buy a cheap tie dye kit at Walmart. Yeah, I think if they change James Bond too much, I'm going to lose interest. There've been talk, there's been talk that James Bond is going to be a black woman next time. It's like, yeah, if you do that, you lost me. What time is the barbecue? Uh, haven't decided if there's going to be a barbecue yet. I know Jeff's having one because he's been posting on Facebook all over the place that he's. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, see, that's him preparing for a barbecue. He's just got racks and racks of ribs cooking on the smoker and smoked spam, which I never would have thought of was a thing, but apparently it is. So yeah, that's what Jeff's doing. I'll modify that a little bit, Gene. Remakes are sometimes okay, but more often than not, why? And if you're going to completely reinvent the thing, then I'm not on board. The reboot of Star Trek, for instance, I thought was pretty good. I didn't like the second one, but the first and third were both pretty good. Um, they did a remake of Dawn of the Dead, which I think is even better than the original. It's way scarier. No, that's the one issue I have with the Walmart kits is this is a Walmart kit and they're kind of faded and all that. You don't get the really uh, vivid colors that I'd like to see. Well, James Bond hasn't been the womanizer he used to be since they gave up on Roger Moore. Yeah, Terminator 2 is a great one. And Aliens was great too, you're right. But that's sequels rather than remakes. I guess I'm thinking remakes where they take a movie and make it again. Notable flops, the new Ghostbusters movie. What was it? Ghostbusters Afterlife. Who would play me in Escaping Mouse movie? I don't think anybody would want to make that. If they did, though, I'd maybe do a cameo. I'll play the evil Mickey Mouse. Yeah, I'm hopefully gonna do the Halloween thing again this year. I told him, last year I made myself sick by just trying to burn the candle at both ends. I told him this year um, I'd probably only do Saturday nights, and I'm thinking I'm probably not going to do Halloween night this year either because I think I want to try Halloween here. I wasn't really sure how big of a thing Halloween was, but last year Halloween was like on a weekend. And so rather than going from work into the Halloween haunt, I came from here into the Halloween haunt and I saw there was a lot of activity here. So maybe you might try it again. Well, and I talked to John last year about it and told him that it really kind of kicked my butt last year and that I might only do one day next year. And he said he was okay with that. He's got a bunch of people that do that too. Sure, he's playing Ali in the movie. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I do still want to go visit Jordan at some point, and it's going to be kind of like me going to California. I'm just going to have to get off my butt and do something about it. Hi, C Mom, how are you? Sorry, I'm not going to say that on the say your actual handle on the live stream. This is a family channel, and I'm not ignoring you. Okay, all right. That actually explains things, but still, it sounds a little nasty. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know what that was all about. I thought it was some joke on soccer mom. Yeah, no trolls yet, but actually, it's no troll because it's the same guy over and over again, and you can tell because he's actually kind of changed his approach. Because for a while it was just he'd come in with just a bunch of goofy names, but now he started spoofing people who are on here. Well, I'll admit when I first saw you come on here, I thought you were a troll. The first time you came on, it's like, but you just turned into a regular person. It's just it sounds mildly obscene. It creates an image that No, I'm not gonna make suggestions of changing your handle. I understand now and I get the joke, but took the day off. Probably his mom cut off his internet. Is that a Cheech and Chong joke there? The troll bridge. Which one was that? Was that Up in Smoke or? I think that was next movie, wasn't it? When Cheech's cousin is in the comedy store telling a bunch of lame jokes. No, I swam in the ocean. I mean, I grew up near the ocean, lived near the ocean my entire life, so it wasn't quite the appeal it was. Plus, the fact that it was a little bit cold in California. I used to go visit my friend Matt in Hawaii from time to time, and it was actually fun to swim in the ocean there because the water was always really warm. But it wasn't particularly unsafe. Sometimes it was. You know, sometimes some sewage plant would dump a bunch of raw waste into the ocean, and then they tell you not go swimming for a while, or you get some algae bloom or something like that. But I don't know. Probably the last 10 years I was in California, I probably didn't go to the beach at all. Did you go to school with Matt? No, Matt went. Matt grew up in another town, but it was, he lived about 10 miles away from me, and his then wife was an old family friend, so that was how I got to know Matt. I grew up with his ex-wife. In fact, she moved to Texas just a few months ago. She lives up around Dallas. I guess her new husband took a job in the area. Just another Californian fleeing the state for more freedom. Oh, pancakes, that sounds good. Make me some. Actually, like putting blueberries or raspberries in my pancakes. How's the garden? Garden's doing well. The jalapenos, not so much, but I think we were talking about that a little bit earlier, and I think maybe the problem is uh, is I'm overwatering them a little bit. Jalapenos maybe don't like that much water, but the sprinkler system for both the beds are the same system, and so I think what ends up happening is when I'm giving it enough water for the tomatoes and okra, I'm just kind of drowning the jalapenos. I'm thinking maybe I'll put like a little shut off valve between the two beds, and then I can turn off the water for the one and just have it on the other, and just turn on the jalapenos every once in a while. It may be too hot for the blueberries. I don't know. Yeah, the yellow rose bush is still doing well. It kind of got pummeled a little bit in the winter, but it's coming back and it's blooming. So it continues to do well. Maybe I'll put a photo up on one of these weeks for the live stream. Grew up having blueberry pancakes. Yeah, blueberry pancakes are awesome. Oh, losing Gene. Gene's checking out. Happy 4th, Gene. Good talking to you. Yeah, that's why I sort of tried the blueberries and raspberries and blackberries because I thought it would have been fun to have them growing there. But like I said, they just didn't do well. The blackberries are still alive; they're still holding on a little bit, but I don't think they're going to make it. Ever made homemade ice cream? We did it a little bit. I played around a little bit with it when I was a kid. My mom did a little bit, but not really a whole lot. So try Port Arkansas. What is that? I don't even know what that is. try making smoothies with your blueberries. Honestly, I've been making margarita smoothies lately. Those are good. Yeah, well, and I agree with our cocker spaniel friend. It's just like I said, the first time I ever saw the name, I thought, oh, we got another troll. But we didn't block her, and she's turned into a great member of this group. So, and now that I know what it's about, what at least the background of the name, maybe I'll just start calling her Cocker Spaniel Mom. Then at least it doesn't quite sound as nasty. I do like tamales. I haven't really seen. I didn't know you could do them in the instant pot though. Yeah, maybe when I refer to you, I'll just call you Cocker Spaniel Mom. Now that I understand the reference, right, Bite? Do I ever make tacos at home? Not really. I mean, I like tacos. I'm more into soft tacos than hard tacos, but I like basically anything Mexican. I'm still making my own salsa. In terms of the recipes that were shared to me by my viewers, that's definitely the one I've done more than anything else. So we got a Cocker Spaniel mom and a Cocker Spaniel daddy, huh? That's going to get hard to keep track of. Yeah, you noticed they had a small glass of the. Yeah, basically, I hadn't run the dishes, and that was all I had was a small glass, and so I actually brought two of those small glasses out, and we played a little joke with Charlotte and Logan because about halfway through they noticed that my glass was empty, and so one of them, I think it was probably Charlotte, said, "Oh, I'll fill it up for you," and so I took that as an opportunity. I put the one glass down, grabbed the other one, and said, "Thank you." Yeah, I haven't seen Rhonda today. I talked to her on Facebook a couple of days ago because she mentioned in the comments section of the bat video that Logan really liked the bat video and said that Uncle Breck was going to get her a bat, and so I went over and got these little rubber bats, and I told her that I was going to send them to the girls. So I think Rhonda's probably working. I know she's working now. She just may be working today. In fact, the girls may be watching because I think sometimes they watch with their grandma. Oh no, I don't. I don't know. Well, with somebody, I don't know if it's grandma because I don't know if there is a grandma in the picture. I've seen I'm not even sure tomatillos. Is that how they're pronounced? I've seen them in the store. I've never really known what they are. Well, it just turned out the day after the video went live about the bats that and I saw that comment that morning that I was going over to the Longhorn Caverns to explore that. That's going to be an upcoming video you'll see in about a week. And they had these in the gift shop. And I thought they were kind of funny. They weren't kind of creepy looking. You know, sometimes bats can look kind of creepy, but these kind of look like they're smiling. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get a couple of them for the girls. And so I got one for each of them. And I was going to try and send them out yesterday, but the post office closed early. So I sent a message to Rhonda a couple of days ago after I got them and told her what I was going to do and sent her a picture of them. And, you know, I said, you know, you can decide whether it's appropriate for them to have them. But like I said, they aren't scary looking. They're kind of cute. And, you know, they don't have the fangs. They just have kind of a cute smile and all that. So I don't know. Rhonda didn't seem to have a problem with it and was very, very happy that I was going to do it. Huh. Yeah, if you had a recipe for that, David, send it to me. Because, like I said, I've seen them in the store. I just didn't know what to do with them. You know, there's a few things that I've seen in the stores here that I've never seen before in California. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't even know what they are. Jackfruit is another thing. Have no idea what that is. I saw them in the store. In fact, I think one time in one of my earlier vlogs, I even commented like, you know, I saw this big thing look like a watermelon with a bunch of spikes on it, and I commented, "What is this? I don't even know what it is." Cool, David. Yeah, appreciate that. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always looking for something new to try. But sometimes I need to start with somebody that knows what something is before, you know, before I'll just try it on my own. Because, you know, based on what it's called, I would think it's in the tomato family, but it sounds to me like it's got a little bite to it. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. All right, I have to pull the computer in a little bit here so I can lean back a little bit, rest my old bones here. Oh, some of those old recipes are the best. My uncle used to have a cabin in Minnesota that had bats living in the attic. And it'd be funny, you know, we hear them bouncing around at night. Yeah, I don't know anything about jackfruit either, so I don't know. You know, sometimes things are just an acquired taste. Problem is, I get too far away from the monitor, and the glasses don't focus really well, and then I got to get further away, and then I can start seeing things again. Yeah, I haven't either. Can make you sick if you eat the wrong part of it. That's another reason why I don't want to experiment with something I don't know anything about, because I wouldn't have known that. Okay, possible. Connie's checking out. Yeah, have a good fourth, Connie. See you next time. Sounds like a puffer fish. Yeah, right. Yeah, actually, that's one of the reasons I like bats. One, they are kind of cute if you actually look at them. I mean, they look like some alien creature, but you got kind of a cute face, and yeah, I've never heard of that either, John. Fruit got sick because they ate the fruit. Gotta love autocorrect. When you lived in Palm Desert, the bats would come out at night. Yeah, yeah. Well, that was what I saw about a week ago. That was fascinating. I was really glad I did that. Like I said in the video, that's something I read about like last December or you know November or something like that. And it's like, oh man, I got to go check that out because that'd be cool. And it far exceeded my expectations. That was so great. Any projects for today? I don't know. I haven't figured out what today's vlog is going to be. I guess I got a couple of things I'm thinking about. We'll see. It might be a cooking vlog. I was also thinking I might repurpose that dresser that I replaced in my bedroom a couple months ago and use it for storing all those photo albums and things that I have. Because that's the one issue I have right now is there's so many photo albums right now that um, I don't know where to put them all. I've got them. I've got a bunch of them in this cabinet thing here, right there, the white thing around the window in the kitchen. But it's kind of overfilling that, and I'd like to use that for other stuff. I'd like to kind of put kitchen stuff in there because by the kitchen, and that dresser would be a perfect place to put that stuff. Is Jordan coming out my way? No, no plans at this point. I mean, we're going to go see a concert in a couple months, and he'll be out this way then. So I guess that is sort of a plan. I don't know if he's necessarily coming to see me, but I don't know if he'll fly in or drive in. But it's always good to see him. No, not Guided by Voices, something else. Spoiler alert. Jordan kind of got over Guided by Voices. I got a little overwhelmed by it too. I used to be what they call a completist, where I bought everything he released. But when the guy's releasing an album every 2 months, it's just hard to keep up with it. There's not enough time to get into an album before the next thing comes out. Bob is a very talented musician and songwriter, but I think he needs to have a little bit of a filter to, just limit what he releases. He once said that he can write 5 songs while sitting on the toilet, and that 3 of them will be good. Well, when he's releasing this many albums, he's releasing all 5 of those songs, and I think sometimes that gets a little overwhelming. I mean, just to put things into perspective here, this is my CD collection here, and everything from the top down to, let's see if I check up my levels right, down to this level right here are regular CDs. The 2 bottom rows are Guided by Voices. And I really stopped being a serious collector probably about 10, 15 years ago. So there's probably at least that much stuff that's come out since then. It just gets a little too much. Yeah, Jordan was telling me when he was here a couple months ago that he's put like 200,000 miles on his car. So I don't doubt that he's driving primarily. I know when he came down here both times that he drove down here, and I guess I sort of respect that because I really enjoyed my car trip to California, and it wasn't just the trip going there, but it was all the things I saw on the way. I could see myself just going out on the road and just driving until I find something interesting, and then doing that, going somewhere else, and have they been successful financially? More or less. I mean, they never really made it to made it past like the middle. They never really made it big. They had a couple of songs that kind of became hits, but for the most part, it's just I think and the band live comfortably, but I don't think they're not Beatles rich. They're not the Rolling Stones, but he'll sell, he'll release 4 or 5 albums a year, and sell thousands of copies of each of them, because there's people that will just buy everything. Yeah, I don't know. Is Jordan still traveling with Scott? All right, David just sent the chili recipe. All right, we'll check that out after the live stream. We're coming close to the end anyway. Yeah, no, I don't think he's losing money. He's living comfortably, but he tours a lot. They're out on tour a lot. Hey Eric, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you for a while. I guess I could understand how Jordan and Scott would be kind of good together, because they kind of have similar interests, and they really like digging into the trivia of the things that interest them. So I can see them bouncing off each other really well. I gotta admit, I've never seen Stranger Things. Gave you goosebumps, huh? I am waiting for the next season of Cobra Kai to come out. I guess that's coming out in September or something like that. Looking forward to that. Wow, we're most of the way through the live stream. I've only had half of my vodka here. Got to drink up here. Falling behind here, slacking. Anyway, watch The Blacklist. No, never even heard of it. I mean, I don't have TV, so if it isn't on TV, I'm probably going to miss that. I think really the only streaming service I have is Netflix. Every one of these little studios now has their own streaming service, and not really interested in subscribing to all of them, especially with the junk that's coming out of the studios these days. I still kind of still prefer to get DVDs and Blu-rays. The advantage of that is I still got entertainment even if the internet goes down. Been on NBC for 9 years with James Spader. No, never even heard of it. Of course, I mean, even when I did have cable, I didn't watch the networks that much. The only thing I really watched like religiously on TV was like The Simpsons for a while until they stopped being funny. South Park until they stopped being funny. I like Twin Peaks when that was out. X Files when that was out. But really hasn't been any. I mean, after that, I started watching like Discovery Channel and Home Improvement type things. Haven't really been into TV for a long time. And it's been more than a year since I cut the cable, and there hasn't been a single time since then where I said, "Gee, I really wish I could watch some TV right now." Yeah, yeah. Same with me, David. There's things that I was really into as a kid, and I sit and look at it now, and it's like, ugh, this is horrible. Yeah. See, I mean, Paramount. I'm a Star Trek fan, so I think Star Trek's on Paramount. I might consider getting that, but I didn't even know there was an Elvis biopic until I started hearing Jordan slamming it and saying how horrible it was. So probably not going to have any interest in seeing that. I'm not the Elvis man that Jordan is anyway. Hey, Jeff's here. Hey, Jeff. Happy Fourth to you. Saw you've been doing a lot of smoking lately. Is that something you're doing for church, or are you just cooking for every person in the state of Florida? Up since 4:30. Yikes. Okay, so that's what the cooking was for after church. I thought it might be something like that. You seem to be smoking up a storm. So I'm guessing you're not going to go out to lunch now, huh? Got Jeff in here right at the end here. Last couple minutes. You know you're a serious barbecue person when you have two smokers and a barbecue and a charcoal grill. Married with Children, that was a great show. I've got the entire series there too. Every once in a while, I sit down and binge watch that. That is a show that really is funny beginning to end. There isn't a bad episode in that. Never saw Third Rock from the Sun, though. Yeah, I know. I was showing people pictures you posted on Facebook. I was thinking smoked spam doesn't sound that appetizing, but teach his own. You'll be posting a vlog about it. I'm sure you will be. Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to judge it, John, because I haven't seen anything new on TV in a long time. Like I said, I cut the cable about a year ago because I just wasn't watching it. I think I had the TV on twice since I moved into the house, and one of those times was just me making sure the cable worked when I first moved in. I didn't really watch it even in the apartment, or when I was even in California, I was kind of phasing myself off of it. I mean, like I said before, I liked some of the home improvement shows, and that was how I learned about like Chip and Joanna games and stuff like that. Discovery Channel, I'd watch stuff on that every once in a while, but just doesn't do it for me anymore. Smoked 4 racks of ribs, split in two. I love barbecued ribs. Doesn't get much better than that. Yeah, there's your email, David. Just got it. I think a lot of it is, about TV is the shows aren't as good, and I just find myself less and less interested in watching something by people who clearly hate me. Just I've never understood this actor's desire to badmouth their audience. TV and entertainment, that's something that's completely unnecessary. I don't need it in my life. And if I gotta like you in order to be able to watch something you do, you make me not like you. What did you think? What did you think was going to happen? If I come to Florida, you'll make me some. All right, that sounds good. You were talking about coming to Waco at some point too. Gotta go check out the silos. Yeah, sleeping in. I get that. I like doing that too. Oh, Laura Lee's back. All right, just in time for the end. Yeah, we'll have to hook up when if you make it to Waco. It'd be fun to meet you in person. That's quite the life, Eric. Stay up until 5, sleep until 3. I think Chip and Joanna actually live in Crawford, which is just outside of Waco. I think they have a ranch there. But they kind of identify with Waco because that's a lot of the houses that they fix up are in Waco. Well, I think we're going to pull the plug on this one because I got to figure out what I'm going to do for a vlog today. So thanks everyone. We had a good time talking. I'll catch you again next week. Good night.